When I divide with fractions, I need to multiply by the reciprocal. I'm going to turn the second fraction upside down. So I'm going to bring down my 13a over 9a, but I'm going to make this into a multiplication problem, and I'm doing the reciprocal. So this will be 17a squared over 16a to the third power. Okay, now these are monomials, so I'm just going to go ahead and multiply all this together. You know, I'm noticing that 13 and 17, those are prime numbers, so nothing's going to cancel out there. I'm going to have to do something with these a's, but you'll see. So I'm just going to multiply all this together. So 13 times 17, I better check that out. 13 times 17. That's 221. Alright, so I've got 221. Now a times a squared, that is going to be a to the third power. Now 9 times 16, that's 144. So I've got 144, and this will be a to the fourth power. Alright, so I already saw these numbers when they were smaller. 13 and 17, those are prime numbers. They can't be factored any further. So I know that there will be nothing further to reduce with the 221 and the 144. So all I have to worry about are the a's. Now, real quick, before I start canceling things out, notice that a cannot equal 0. This is just a monomial. If a were 0, then I'd have 0 to the fourth power, which is 0. 0 times 144 is 0. And you can't divide by 0. And that's true no matter where you look. You know, if I look here, a can't be 0. If I look here, a can't be 0. If I look here where the 17a squared, a cannot be 0. You can't divide by 0. So that's my restriction. Now, a to the third power is going to cancel out 3 of the a's, and it's going to leave this. I'm going to have 221. I'm going to have 144. But when these a's cancel, I'm going to have one a left. Is it going to be in the numerator or the denominator? It's going to be in the denominator. So this is the final answer with this restriction. Okay, now to be clear about what just happened and why I got a single a in the denominator, I had this 221. A to the third power is the same thing as having a times a times a. And then I had this 144. A to the fourth power is the same thing as having a times a times a times a. So you can probably see where I'm going with this. These 3 a's in the numerator will cancel out these 3 a's in the denominator. So that's why we had 221 over 144 with one extra a in the denominator. So you don't have to always write this out the way I did in pink, but you should picture it in your mind this way.